Happy 2025. Cool. Just to go through some housekeeping, guys, just down at the bottom, we have the chat window. Feel free to chat with everyone there or independently. Also, you have the reactions button down at the bottom. You can feel free to send thumbs up, raise your hand, whatever you desire, send some cool stuff. And then, of course, you'll see that you'll want to rename yourself to make sure your name is on there as well. That's awesome. Well done, Tom. Saw you already updated that. That's great. Zach Smith's in the house. You know how it goes. And what we're going to do is we're going to really kick things off into high gear. It's already January 8th. We're in the first month here of Q1, and it is a really kind of cool time. Pardon the pun. I know that Dylan McCann is experiencing some cold weather up north. That's for sure. What is it? Minus what Celsius up there in Canada?
You know what? It's not bad this week. It's 4 Celsius right now, but last week it was minus 25. So I think minus 30 is minus 30 in Fahrenheit and Celsius. So, but back to Mexico in just 5 days. It's five
Cool,
more
man.
days.
Nice. Well, enjoy that trip, and then I know that we're headed up to Chattanooga, Tennessee for Pave X on the 28th. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to be there and have a booth set up with RhinoWorks, and the Airboss units will all be there. So it'll be cool to meet a lot of you who are coming in. I know that a lot of people are going to watch this recording as well. There's actually a big kickoff party on the first night, and that is the big PaveX kickoff party. So that'll be cool to meet a bunch of people and engage, mingle, and catch up a little bit. Zach, are you able to make it to PaveX, or are you not making it?
No, I'm not going to be able to make it, unfortunately.
10-4. Next time. Well, cool. Let's go ahead and rock right into this. First off, I hope you guys had a really safe and awesome holiday. Hope that you had a fantastic New Year, celebrated New Year's Eve, and enjoyed the time with family and friends. Kick back, relax a little bit, but it is time to get rocking here. I don't want us to be in a spot where we're in March and we haven't got our numbers in place to really get into that Q2 to crush it. So right now it's time to load up the pipe, as we say at AK. We load up the pipe with opportunities. And so it takes a lot of action in order to do that. Very, very important that we take the appropriate actions. So it'd be interesting to go around the board about, how we're getting this Q1 kicked off ourselves, some of the things that we're doing. Team AK, we can probably share some of the things that we're working on as it relates to some 13-week races and projects we're working on as well, to give some insights. And then from there, let's go around the board. We have a small enough team on tonight that I think we can have an engaging conversation on here, and then let's take it from there. So why don't we get started here? Tom, what's going on in your neck of the woods, man? What's happening for 2025 as you kick off here? You're muted. Click that microphone button.
Today I finalized, I actually bought a business of seal coating and paint striping. Don't have any idea what I'm doing, and I just finalized the sale today, so that's where we're at. Yeah.
Nice. Is it a full service company?
Yes. Yeah, so full service, seal coating, paint striping, I guess whatever else comes with it. Already has contracts in place, and yeah.
Right on. Equipment and everything?
Equipment and everything, yeah. Equipment, 2 trucks, tanks, supplies, stencils, I think 10 paint sprayers. So
wow.
Couple new ones, a few old ones. Yeah, so pretty much turnkey. I purchased it from an older gentleman that's just ready to retire. So I want to I own a couple other businesses and a bunch of real estate. So I'm going to try to see if I can implement with new technology to grow the business. So.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And does it come with a whole team as well?
No, it comes with 2 employees. So that is going to be the one thing, is bringing new employees in. So he's going to stay on as an RMO until I can get my license. I have a contractor's license. So I will learn under him for training and see how this works.
Don't mind me. I'm just having a little internet glitch. That's all it is. Just a little internet glitch. I'm sure I was frozen with some kind of cool face, but that's awesome, man. Tom, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You're coming from an entrepreneurial background and owning other businesses too. I'm sure you're a big believer in building a machine-driven business and not one that's just hand crank. So if there's anything at all that we can do to help you along the way, just know that we're here for you. Are you going to be using the AK Dash platform, or are you using, is that your plan?
Yes, I am. I had a meeting with Dylan a couple days ago, and I'm going to pull the trigger on that as soon as I get into the office. He's using a platform called Roca, but I think it's just for tracking his contracts. I really liked the AK Dash, and here in the next week or two, I will be purchasing that and implementing that as well with a few other things in there. So.
Awesome, man. Well, we look forward to working with you and setting up some early calls as well. As you're getting onboarded, we're here for you to build and grow along the way, man. So whatever we can do to help you.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Cool. Zach, what's going on in your neck of the woods, man? I know you grew last year and you're getting prepped for a solid 2025 season. What's your January looking like right now and on your docket?
So not a lot of actual work being done in the field right now, but just reaching out to all the bids that are on my list and trying to get them scheduled for next year, or for this year, early this year. Just waiting for budgets to open up. That's what I told Matthias, just waiting for budgets to open up, and hopefully I start landing some of these gigs.
Who are some of the main customer verticals that you're targeting right now at this time of year?
So a lot of apartment complexes and small shopping centers. Let's see what else is on the list over there.
You're in Texas, right?
Car washes have been a good one.
Be careful with the car washes on any kind of seal coating work, right? Be very, very
Right.
cautious. Yeah, that can be a nightmare. Huge caution just because of a lot of the detergents and waxes that are used. And that seal coat a lot of the time will end up just peeling up and you'll get called time and time again. Be cautious with that.
Right.
Yeah. Those were like the red flag.
Terms and conditions.
Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, Zach, and you've got your prospect lists all in place. You're hammering those outbound calls. Are you doing site visits, or what are you doing with those lists?
Not so much site visits. I'm pretty much dialing the phone or emailing right now on what I've
Nice.
got. And then, yeah, I'll take a day or two a week and I'll just drive around and put my eyes on new properties that need work and
Cool.
try to get it.
Would it be helpful, Zach, to get you a cold call script that you could use to book pavement assessment appointments with the prospect list that you're making outbound calls to? Would that be helpful to you?
I've got it.
Perfect. Good. So you've already got that cold call script.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that you may have emailed me in the past about that. Is that correct? Or you got it from someone else in-house?
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Cool. By the way, if anybody wants that cold call script to book pavement assessment appointments, you're not shoving a quote down their throat, but booking those pavement assessments. If you want that script, you can shoot an email to that Judd at Asphalt Kingdom email at the bottom of my screen, and we'll be happy to share that script with you guys. No probs. It's badass. It does a pretty good job at booking, and then you put it in your pavement assessment stage and dash. It works really well. John Mitty, what's up, man? How you doing? You look all cozy up there, man. You got your jacket on, your beanie. Cool. Well, you're muted, so I can't hear you.
It's a little colder up here.
You know the cold call script that I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Nice. How are things up there in New York, man?
It's still happening. I mean, at least if business I'm involved in, stuff happens as long as weather's permitting.
My favorite time of year. It's when everybody else is sleeping. It's our time to make it shine, man. It's legitimately the time to ramp up and prep. So you book up your April, May, and June and right through, man. It's this time right now where you should be going as hard as you can, shaking hands and making those connections because it's inevitable. They may not say yes right at this moment, but they will say yes one day as long as you keep that up rhythm going, right? That's the key for sure. Alex Coring, what is up, my man?
Judson.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How's it going in California, Northern California? How's everything there?
Good. We got nice weather this week. It's no rain. We've had rain for a couple of weeks, so yeah, starting on some big projects.
You have not stopped.
No, yeah, we haven't. We took a couple of days off for the holidays, but yeah, we're still working every day. Yeah. So
Incredible.
yeah.
Give the roundtable an update. What's happening with sidewalk safety? What's happening with Coach Alex?
Well, I took some time off because I had some personal things going on. So back in the saddle, going out doing a bunch of bids now. We wrapped up the year pretty strong. We finished the year at around 2.3 million in sales. So thanks. Yeah, it was a good year.
Round of applause, everyone. Come on, that's badass. $2.3 million.
You know how you always say revenue is vanity, cash is king. We grew our profit by 2,000% year over year. So that that was nice. That was nice. So we had a good year and just really planning right now for next season. Looking at buying some new equipment, getting things situated. Just got our new office, moved into the new office and got that all set up. So excited to start bringing some people out and doing some training. We got a nice training facility.
We've got somebody that's trying to share their screen with us, but I'm not sure. They're trying to do like a drawing thing of some sort. Let's see here. Let me bring it back. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations, brother.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in the round table because I just was taking some personal time, but looks like we got a pretty good group today.
We do have a good group. I think that we're all pretty darn handsome and pretty, that's for sure, right? We got it all going here, that's for sure. Yeah, cool. Well, nice to be here with you all on the round table. This is good stuff. Cool. CJ, what's happening in your neck of the woods, man? What's happening? What's going on for Q1, CJ? You're muted. Click that microphone button. We want to hear all about what's going on. I'm gonna ask to unmute. Now click that button. That should work. Yes.
Just the cold is pretty much hindering everything. So I'm using that as an advantage to advertise and go out more.
Nice.
Once it warm up a little bit more, then we can, I can put my foot better on the ground.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go make those connections, shake those hands, start making those assessments real, man. Start moving those in your pipeline. That's awesome, man. Well, I wish you a fantastic and successful 2025, CJ.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Andrew, what's happening, man? Where are you located? Tell us what's going on for Q1, brother.
I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Just first roundtable. Prior law enforcement, prior military. I'm done with those two careers, and so now I'm just collecting some VA disability and looking for my new venture. And I kind of stumbled upon this, and I like that it's that I can kind of drive it myself instead of relying on other people, at least for the beginning, as opposed to like, I don't know, barbershops or something like that. So I'm interested in it, and first time, so just still doing a lot of research, and I think it's a good career field. The
First
construction
off,
the construction
thank,
industry, yeah, it's never going anywhere.
thank you for your service, man.
Mhm.
Thank you for your service, and just be a sponge, dude. Like, you know, we're gonna pour out as much information as we can. Show up on Wednesdays. There'll be golden nuggets that you'll take away. You might not leave with, 12 different tactical things that you can execute on, but if you can execute on one or two things that you take away, bro, that's great. Use the video resource library, use the free resources on AK, connect with our team, connect with AK Dashman, and we'll do our very best to help you along the way. We're right here for you.
Sweet,
Cool.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Melissa, what's happening? How are you? Happy Wednesday. We're going to try to get your mute off too. Let's see if this.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, this is my first meeting. I've been looking forward to coming for a few weeks. My daughter's getting married this Saturday, so I think after that I can really start focusing on this. I'm currently a facilities manager for a transportation company, and asphalt's one of our problems. And I'm like, you know what? I think I can do that. So yes, that's why I'm here.
So you're a facility manager right
Hmm.
now, and you
Yeah.
have problems with asphalt.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
and I'm like, you
everyone,
know what?
you
I
hear
think I
that?
can do this. I work for a national company. I'm over 9 states right now, and yeah, just a lot of asphalt. So, and I see the numbers and I'm like, you know what? I should be getting these. I can do this. This isn't hard. So,
Melissa, I think that we've opened up a whole can of worms here tonight, to be honest.
oh, okay.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun because you've got a whole panel of people right now that are like, tell me the best way to communicate with facility managers and to be able to actually wow them and not hard sell them, but instead actually build relationships and to do
Mm,
things right. So I have an important question. Then would you mind if there was a couple questions that came your way? Would you be okay with that?
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You're awesome. So my first question that I have is, how should someone who is in the pavement management solutions business, how should they approach connecting with a facility manager with the right kind of communication?
So that's something that I've thought about because I've thought, how do I want to go drum up business? What I really appreciate is a report. Like, this is the condition of your asphalt, and give me an aerial view map. Show me what it looks like right now. Get in there on Canva or whatever software you have and mark it up so that I can see what it's going to look like, and then do a cost breakdown. And, if I commit to do it by a certain time, give me a discount. So, because a lot of projects, I can only authorize to a certain dollar amount, and then after that, it needs to go to my boss. Sometimes they are, well, if it's a major asphalt repair, then it's going to be a capitalized project, and we get budgets for that once a year. So, yeah, that motivates my boss to turn around and get an answer quicker if we've got a discount.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting. So you essentially, a pavement assessment, like an evaluation, pavement assessment telling you about the safety challenges, telling you about where the life cycle stage is in the asphalt, and providing some great images with maybe some kind of a video walkthrough that's detailing the liabilities and areas that need
yeah, and
attention.
we've had some companies that are trying to get on to be our national vendors that have drones that they'll do and show us where potholes and things like that are. Me personally, I don't have a drone, but I have Google Earth, and I can do a screenshot, and I can mark it up with what things are going to look like when I'm done, you know? So I can spend 30 minutes doing something like that to present to somebody if I'm really interested. At least I haven't been out there to try to sell yet, but that's what I've been thinking. In other areas like landscaping, or like roof companies, they'll give me those kinds of reports. And as a facility manager, I really appreciate it because I'm over so many different facilities that I can't see everything. And I rely on my vendors to be my expertise in the field and to show me what it is that I need. So I don't know everything about HVAC. I don't know everything about landscaping. I can't know everything about all the different trades. So I rely on my people to get me accurate information.
Yes, this is awesome. I couldn't agree more. And so what you're going to do is go and build a pavement management solutions business that's going to sell to people like yourself. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Or even like I've been driving around the grocery store and just I've been noticing since I've decided to do this, I've been noticing different businesses in my local area that could use a little facelift. So, I can go do a little Google screenshot, print it off on some nice paper, or get an email and send it to them and start communicating.
We have such a cool thing that's relating to exactly what we're speaking about. We don't need Canva for it. It's actually right in AK Dash, which is our software that we've developed that
Okay.
provides, there's a whole pavement assessment module that's in there built in. And
Mhm.
so you're able to actually deliver the things that you're speaking about within the
Oh,
platform.
so that would
Yeah.
make my life even easier. Nice. Okay.
It would. Let me ask you, is it hard to find people to come out and actually do what it is that you would ideally like to have delivered to you? Is it hard to find contractors?
So, um, usually what happens is I've got different national contacts and they work for all of our brands. So I'll reach out to them and I'm working with them. And then they're finding subcontractors. So I don't necessarily have a problem getting work done. I don't always like who they choose to have do the work for them.
Understood. Got it. Well, thank you so much. Does anyone have a question for Melissa on screen here? Matthias' hand went up so fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a continuation of the last thing you said there. So is it consistency that you're not liking necessarily, or is it the processes and procedures that they use to like communicate? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sometimes I don't know that they take a lot of care in finding a good subcontractor. I think they'll just call the first one that they find, or they'll use somebody that they've used in the past. So the results aren't always consistent. But we keep using them because overall, nationally, they do a good job for us. But they'll get someone that doesn't do as good of a job. And mostly that's not necessarily with asphalt. That's more with like, and you guys, I don't think you guys do this, but it's like the gravel and grade where you're bringing in gravel and grading and they don't consistently bring in the right type of gravel or it'll have too much clay in it. And so it with the weight of the trucks, it doesn't work as well.
Right.
Quality again.
Right.
It's all about quality and understanding about the products that they're using. Got it.
Yeah. But hey, thanks for your time. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're so glad to have you here as well. Thank you for your time. And Dylan Malone is on here. Raise your hand, Dylan Malone. I'd love to get Melissa to see inside Dash, so that on me, okay, to see inside Dash and to actually view the pavement assessment module and see if that's something that would be helpful and for your time and your your care here will offer you something really awesome, Melissa.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. Matt Phillips, what's happening, brother? Utah.
Probably not as cold as some of the eastern coast. We got cold and got some snow yesterday, and now it's just windy and cold today. So no seal coat today.
So are you going to come to Pavex? Yes or no?
I am 50-50 right now.
Man, we counted. We had banners made for you. We wrapped our trucks for you.
Oh,
We
come
literally
on.
set up a whole booth for you. We had a big king chair set up in the booth at Pavex for you.
Yeah, sure.
We were ready.
No, I've
I hope
actually
you can make it, brother.
been fighting words with my insurance company. So still battling that.
Forget about the insurance company. Are you coming to Pavex is the question. I got to give you a hug, man.
Yeah. I think I'm
You should go.
probably 90% sure right now. Yep.
Yeah. If Matt Phillips says 90%, it means it's 190%. He's already there.
Well,
Dylan McCann, you already know he'll be there.
I haven't missed honestly, I haven't been to Pavex yet. I've been to World of Asphalt and the other one in
Tampa.
Tampa, North Carolina, Tennessee. I've been to several of them over the last 10 years. So
What we're saying, Matt, is we're looking forward to seeing you there. It's gonna be really good to get some.
Exactly. Cool. Well, on our side, on AK's side right now, what we're certainly working hard on is literally building and providing the solutions that are going to help to aid you guys to achieve your goals this year. That's what we've been working relentlessly on. I can tell you there is a huge team of people that are consistently working on rocks that we have set for the business so that we can not just sell equipment and supplies. That's obviously a great stream of revenue for us, but really to be able to provide you guys with what you need from resources, tools, templates, software, artificial intelligence, multiple AI solutions. There's going to be a very big announcement that's coming up very shortly about AI. We've done the call answering service, but there's a whole other piece, and we'll just say that it is related to AK Dash, and it is a absolute game changer. And we couldn't be more excited about that announcement coming up. So stay tuned on that one. We'll just say that it has to do with making your proposals look that much better, and there's an opportunity to go even one layer deeper in those proposals as well, in giving visuals that are going to be next level. So we're really excited about that announcement coming up. Cool. Anything that you wanted to share, Matthias, on your side about what's coming up at Pavex? I know there's air bosses right now that you've got going on quite a bit. You're selling a lot of those. Is there anything about the air bosses that you wanted to share right now with the whole team?
Yeah, there is a smoking deal going on. If you're even closer near thinking about getting a new trailer system, the team has put together a smoking package. It's $4,897 worth of free equipment comes with your trailer. So if you bought an Airbus 750 Platinum or a 575 Platinum, you get an RY10 Pro, you get an RY30 MK Pro melter oven, and you get a head shock. So you get 3 pieces of equipment that you need for your crack filling anyway at no additional cost. So $4,897 worth of additional value with a trailer. So that's pretty sweet. You pick that up in Nashville, Tennessee at the depot there, and away you go. That is available until the end of this month here. So let's go.
Yeah. So if any of you are coming to Pavex and you want to haul a trailer from Nashville afterwards, you can do that. Or the other option is that we can ship you a trailer after the show. There is right now a production line that that we're executing on. I think there's 7 total trailers that have been built and are ready in our movement, in our assembly, but there's another 12 that will be produced right after that in the month of February. So if you're wanting or exploring any kind of upgraded seal coat rig, air operated units, those Airbus 575s and 750s, I'm just telling you after Pavex, because they will be featured at the first physical show since their release. They will be selling, we'll be selling a lot of them. And we're excited about that. So if you are planning, we wouldn't want you to get stuck in the month of April or May. No pressure, but we don't want you stuck in April or May when you have business to go and execute on and not have a rig. So if you're planning on it, explore it now. We can help with any kind of financing options and go through things. If you can't make it to Payvex, we'd be happy to send you any kind of video content or provide any details around those rigs and help you with that. So that's exciting. The other thing too is for anyone that ends up getting an Airbus rig as well, there's one special perk that's coming from me, but that would be asked at time of order from the perk from Judd. It's something that I want to give you guys. It's worth about $5,000 on its own. So when you're ready, just let us know. We'll be happy to share that. It has to do with the Caribbean. So it's a lot of fun. Cool. Anything you wanted to share on your side, Mr. McCann, relating to the coaching updates? I know that you have your accelerators that are rolling right now and working on some other initiatives.
Yeah, probably going to bring some stuff out at Pavex, but for anybody who's not aware of the accelerator, that's software, one-on-one coaching, really focused around, kind of that startup sort of style, where, it's a lot easier to sort of decide to invest in equipment when you've got revenue in the pipeline. So it's really about kind of booking those first jobs and really nurturing you through that first 13-week race and that first quarter. So if anybody on the call needs help, I'm always happy to assist.
I think what happens a lot of times is that we come to meetings like this and we get around people that motivate and inspire us, and we hear like Alex $2.3 million. We hear about that stuff and we leave this meeting and then it's like, okay, well, I have to try to figure this out on my own. And figuring it out on your own is not always an easy thing, right? It's like, Tom, you've built other businesses, and building those businesses all on your own is not easy. We're up against the challenge, but the reality of it is if there's a path that can be a little bit more smooth and less resistance on that path, and just having those communications and those engagements, asking those questions, important questions, and getting answers and direction is something that a lot of us don't end up doing. And so what ends up happening is we get into a place of fear. And then, of course, with fear, we get stuck. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? You get stuck, right?
Most definitely. It's good to network with everybody. This is the best way to learn too, as well. So you can learn as a group. It's a lot easier to go as a group than it is by yourself.
100%, man. Like Melissa, what you shared just earlier, straight up, that one pavement assessment, like for those of you that are not doing them, you need to be doing them straight up. The assessments are such a crucial piece of your pipeline and building trust and delivering something that's different than most other companies deliver. Differentiate, be special, right? And that's really, at the end of the day, is like, what can we do to be special with you guys? Like, what would be some of the things that you guys are struggling with that maybe we could help to work on solutions for you guys to win more, right? Where can we help you with more clarity in defining the yellow brick road? Anyone on here have any challenges that they're calling out, like, hey, I need some help. I'd love some advice here. Does anyone have any questions that you'd like to ask? Because now's a great time to do that. Anyone? I mean, everybody's on a smooth sailing yellow brick road. You guys have got your fine. Melissa, are you raising your hand?
Hey, Judd. So there's some new faces here that I've seen, but I've been doing this for quite some time. In the transition, and I'm sure Dylan, not Dylan MC, but Dylan, I'm not sure your last name, Dylan.
Malone.
Not them, yeah, MC, not MC, but M. So I got registered up with AK Dash Boss, whatever, the King Boss or whatever, and I thought, man, I'm gonna be able to transition this, but just so much gets in the way, even on my off season. But I've got equipment we're servicing and maintenance and replacing bearings and doing stuff. So just the trying to get geared. So I think Dylan MC might have answered that. I didn't hear that training that you guys have. Is that 13 weeks to help you get set up on your AK dash? Is that what that was? Just some clarification on that.
It's a component of it. So through that 13-week race, you're getting AK Dash included in that, but a lot of it is centered around sort of the sales and marketing training of building a brand new business. But we also help with growth training. So if you needed help kind of getting your AK Dash set up, that's certainly something that we could talk about. Is it more data migration, or is it more so the competence in the software?
Well, yeah. So the data migration, I've been torn. I've talked to Judd about this and Dylan about this before. Hey, do I send you my list, or my thought now is that I, rather than migrate my owners in my list in there, because I think it's 1,800 when I do a Excel spreadsheet on it's like 1,800 clients. But some of those are not there anymore. So I'm just wondering if I should just start from ground zero and start adding in and doing pavement assessments using the AK Dash and just move forward, and my repeat customers, put them in manually and just go that route. So that's, I throw that out there, Judd, because it's someone that's been doing this for so long. I mean, I'm stuck. So I can imagine somebody that's new to this and they're like, hey, where do I start? What do I, how do I get going? So anyway.
So if you have a list of 1,800 people and you're not sure exactly, like you've got a Google sheet or you've got a spreadsheet somewhere, and if you don't want to import everyone on there, you may want to clean up that Google sheet or spreadsheet of who you do want to bring in. And if we need to have an internal team member, manually input these leads or figure out a way to get the final list in there, and you need some pavement assessments pertaining to those addresses that are going to be pre-drafted for you, we can have a VA in-house that actually can do a lot of your pavement assessment drafting. Really, what we're trying to do is streamline things so that you guys can be focusing on driving the biggest and best results for your company. If you're sitting there doing data entry, you're losing money when you do that, essentially, right? So if you can hire someone to do that portion of stuff at a cost that is, or an investment to you that makes sense, then you're able to go focus on your growth. But I think just having a conversation, like just a private offline conversation, the four of us potentially, to just really understand what you need and then shape something that's custom tailored to solving that pain point and moving forward with the system the way it's designed to move. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Cool. So let's Dylan Malone, if you want to get that booked with Matt, that would be great. That would be helpful.
Yeah, Matt.
January 28th at 6 p.m. at dinner.
Well, we definitely will meet. I don't know if we'll be doing the AK Dash, but yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Good idea. I love it.
Malone, bring your laptop. Thanks.
All right, let's keep rocking around the board here. Melissa, did you have your hand raised? I believe you did.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the right time or if you guys are discussing this later in a different meeting, but I've thought a lot about like different machines. I've watched tons of different videos, and it seems like you're having to manually go out and put the paint down and do the seal cracking. I worked in janitorial before I became a facilities manager, and there have been some machines now that like will auto scrub and you can program them and they run on themselves. So I was wondering if that's a direction that you guys are headed with some more robotics where you can program the machines and they can do things for you to save your back.
You want me to take this one, Judd?
There's a new machine. Some guys from MIT are trying to sell to me for $50,000. It's a robot that has a crack filling hot pot in it. It drives around the parking lots with AI, assesses the cracks, routes them out, blows them out, and then fills them with melted rubber.
See, I
Only
would
50
think I would think that price point is actually inexpensive because in the janitorial industry, they're paying like 40 just for like the machine that's cleaning Walmart floors. So this industry, you're generating more revenue off of a robotic piece of
50
equipment.
grand.
Yeah, I
50
mean, for something like that, I see like if you're a stadium, like you're a football stadium or a ballpark, and you want to do that every spring and do maintenance on your parking lot after, and then you just let it loose and it just does it while the parking lot's empty. For a contractor to drag out a giant machine for a 13,000 square foot parking lot, it wouldn't really ever come in handy, I don't think.
Mm.
But if you had a giant parking lot, you're a huge, or you're like a runway or something, or like an airport. I don't know, Judd, what do you think?
I would say first thing that I would do is not crack sealing or any of that, but I think that McCann was probably headed there relating to striping. Is that what you were headed towards?
Yeah, we looked into it, and like our quote for it was about 2 million to R&D a prototype. But the issue we kept on running up against was that striping, there's a lot, even though it's simple in theory, there is a lot of minor inputs that make a big difference in the quality of the job. Something as simple as, you'd have to have a double gun machine to account for stenciling and stuff like that. So I have no doubt that it's coming, but it's still a few years away. And the other thing is, at what point does it make sense? Janitorial is interesting because it's a recurring service where you're on contract versus a lot of asphalt and asphalt maintenance is reoccurring where you're dealing with the same people, kind of on call it a 12 to 18 month rolling cycle. So it impacts the finances of it. I have no doubt it's coming, but I know it wasn't there yet. But it'll probably be something that works off of GPS, AI, and probably LiDAR at some point to sort of read things in real time. I'm excited when it gets there because sometimes staffing is the hardest part of this business. So
I've been in conversations with two companies about line striping robotics, and they are still very, very early, as McCann's saying, very, very early. They haven't figured out how to they haven't figured out how to actually stop the machine from puddling a bunch of paint when it gets jammed on something, and then you have a mess to clean up. So if you really saved any time at the end of the day, like striping, you can rock a striping project really fast with the equipment that's at our fingertips today. So it has to be, we got to look at the price point comparison and then the potential bullshit that we end up with through robotics. It would be kind of like, what's the name of that robot that Elon's making there at Tesla? What's the name
Optimus?
Optimus.
Optimus. Yeah, it's like Optimus just keeps tripping and falling on its face over and over again. That wouldn't be ideal for for the robot that's supposed to fold your laundry. But I have a feeling Optimus is a little more advanced than the striping robotics. That's certainly what I've seen. But yeah, there's no doubt that we will have all of that. What I would say is this, that electric will become, we've got electric stripers, the electric movement will become more and more present with the equipment in all arenas of asphalt maintenance as well as paving. So those things are significantly advanced, and some big announcements there coming up in 2025 as well from Asphalt Kingdom on that regard. So excited about it. Matt, your hand is up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, some of the robotics, some of that stuff, because I've seen it the last last 4 years, or maybe it's been the last 3 years, the robotic line striping, and exactly what you said, they're still working on things, but they are trying to sell it and they're trying to push it. But one thing you could see that advanced is you look at the RY10 and its predecessors, or the newer ones that are the newer ones, just the heating and capability. Then you can go from that to a trailer mount rig and do crack seal. And so I think in our industry, there is application that you can get more and more and more better and more productive and make more money in the long run. But there is, you know, this, because not every parking lot's level, flat, the same, consistent. And that's even what these guys, I think when I talked to them at the last year, that's their biggest problem. If there was a culvert in the middle of that parking lot, then that thing bounces up. And so they're still working on it. But I think in the meantime, I mean, just using what's available now can make you a lot of money. And you know, go from a 150-gallon seal coat rig that uses a trash pump and a 50-foot hose to owning 1,000-gallon hydraulic run seal rig, or you know, an Airboss 750, and be able to dispense a lot more seal coat. So I mean, those are our progressions.
It's like, right, it's having 1,000-gallon rig that you're hand spraying versus spray bar, right? And it's, at the end of the day, it's really where are we growing this business to, right? You know, if you're at a point where you've got one seal coat division and you're revving out on the revenue that can be produced with that one seal coat division, then you may want to set up another crew that is going to be able to execute. Like, there's no doubt. You know, I was speaking with Josh LaPrade today, doing a freestyle jam on his Airboss 575 that he bought in April. It was his first. You guys might see him on Facebook, Josh LaPrade. He's pretty well known in the social media area relating to his business, but he started with absolutely no money, literally from the bottom. And he bought an Airboss 575 in April, and he absolutely annihilated this year. I believe what he said was he got to 350 this year. And it's really his third year in business, and it's his first year with his air operated Airboss. And so from year 2 to going from a 300-gallon to a 575 helped him more than double his revenue in a year. And so when you think about tank capacity, a lot of times you hear, well, should I start small, or am I better to go bigger, faster, bigger sooner? And every industry, any industry veteran will tell you, when you sit down with them, no matter where you are, they'll say the same thing over and over and over again. If you can go bigger sooner, if it's not going to be huge risk to your family, and that you're, let's say you don't know how to sell the asphalt maintenance yet, if you don't know how to draft proposal, if you don't know how to do any of that, it might be a big bite to chew if you don't know how to do those sales, to invest in a $25,000 or $30,000 rig. But if you're confident in the industry and you believe it with conviction, and you've got some sales training or some sales experience where you're going to go out and shake hands, deliver some great proposals, you're better to start bigger sooner, because you'll end up replacing your smaller rig very, very quickly, and it will also rev you out on what you can perform. So don't do it.
Mind if I stack on that, Judd? I'll
Yeah.
just throw in my personal experience. I started seal coating 7 years ago, and my first rig was a 700-gallon system, And I didn't have a single job lined up. So I hadn't even pre-sold anything. I just was like, hey, these are the type of jobs I'm gonna go after, and this is the type of equipment I'm gonna need to fulfill these requests. And mostly we work with apartment complexes, so we're looking at, 30,000 to a couple 100,000 square feet. And you just don't want to be doing half a day's work, you know. When you have a 300-gallon system and you can only do half a day's work, and then you burn out your material, and then sometimes it's a little challenging logistically to go in the middle of the day and refill. So you got to kind of figure out what you're going after, what's your target market. If you're doing driveways, 300, 500-gallon system is probably great. You could get quite a few jobs out of that, and you could knock that out in a day. But if you're doing anything commercial, and I would highly recommend just throwing those bids out there. Eventually they'll come through. You're going to need something bigger, 500 gallons minimum, 700. I mean, I'm looking at getting a custom built 1,200-gallon system right now to put on the back of a flatbed truck. Almost pulled the trigger on it in December, but we had another concrete truck breakdown, and I'm having to, I think, buy a new concrete truck, which is on back order. So I'm holding off, but we'll see what happens in the spring. But getting bigger earlier, like Judd said, is definitely, it's not, I wouldn't say about growing into it. It's just like go after those bigger jobs. And it doesn't really require much different staff, crew, whatever, equipment to do 20,000 square feet than it does 100, right? So just go after those bigger jobs.
Great advice. Questions for Alex?
I don't bite.
You know what? I'll tell you this, like what I have found, like throughout my life and my entrepreneurial kind of journey and adventure, and it's been fun, man. There's been a lot of ups and downs and all arounds, but I'm here with you guys and we're crushing it, and we're going to crush 2025. Like absolutely no doubt we're going to rock this thing. What I have found is that like when we commit to something that is bigger, like our dreams, the chance of us actually getting closer to our dreams is that much higher. I have found that throughout my life. It's like, oh shit, man. Well, now I'm kind of in, like, I got to do this thing. Because if I don't do it, the alternative is harder.
Mhm.
It's harder. It's so much easier to look at yourself in the mirror when you say, I've gone and done something that's bigger and closer to my dreams. But when you look in the mirror and you say, man, I didn't go for it, missed it, I'll try something else. Well, if you try something else that's average to you, and you know it's average because you're so scared of it, then it's going to hold you from popping into that next stage of growth in your life. So it's a good one to reflect on, like for everyone. I think it's like, what's holding us back? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it proposals? Is it that I'm scared of knocking on doors? I'm scared of picking up the phone because I don't know what to say. Well, let's get you a sales script. But like, what's holding us back? Is it that I'm worried about what somebody else is going to think of me? Am I worried about what my family is going to think of me? By the way, we are not seal coaters. What are we, Chad Keeping? What kind of businesses do we run, Chad Keeping? Click on mute. What kind of businesses do we own and run?
Pavement assessment management companies.
That's right. Pavement asset management companies. Pavement asset management companies. Isn't that fun? It's
I
so
got
much
that
better,
on my
right?
truck doors too. I got that on my truck doors too.
Pavement asset management. So we manage assets to make sure that we are keeping the pavement safe, long lasting, and looking great. Because I know Melissa, as a facility manager, if I went up to her and I said, hey, Melissa, listen, all that I really want to do is get you all the information you need to know in order to understand that all your pavement assets are safe, long lasting, and looking great. And I'm going to take that off your shoulders because I know how busy you are as a facility manager. I'm going to get it into a system for you so you can access the customer portal and you can go see all of your properties really easily. And we're going to update that data every 6 months for you so you have all the optics you need to make informed and data-driven decisions. Is that cool with you? There you go. Right? Pavement asset management. We're going to manage these assets. Cool. But yeah, that's a question I have for everyone. What's holding you back? Maybe write that down. What's holding me back? What is it? I don't know. You know what's holding me back? I'll tell you what's holding me back. Do you guys want to know what's holding me back? The shit that I do not try. Stuff that I never try. That's what holds me back. So I'm going to go try stuff and I'm going to keep moving in a direction that I believe in. And I'm going to keep executing on the yellow brick road. We've got rocks. We've got 13-week races. We've got our financial roadmap. And we're going to execute on it one day at a time. Cool. We're at the top of the hour, team. So we're going to close up, but let's go around one word close for this meeting. And then we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. So let's do a one word close. It's basically one word to describe the way that you feel about the meeting. And then we'll close up shop and go from there. Mr. Matthias, you are in the top left corner.
Excited.
Cool. Grateful. Dylan.
I'm also excited. It's a big year coming up. So
Tom.
Excited as well.
Nice. Malone.
Growth.
Andrew.
I am inspired.
Alex.
Community. It's good to see all your faces again.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Miss you, man.
Yeah.
Julia.
Happy New Year. I'm a lot more driven throughout my vacation during the holidays. I've been watching the AK Dash videos. Earlier today, I've written a lot of notes, and I'm just continuing to, empower my business. And so I can, get back on here and to share some successful stories. So now I have my drive is a lot better now. And it all comes from just watching the videos and attending these sessions. And what better way to get better at, making something happen. So that's where I am right now. And it won't be long where I'm jumping up on this side. Y'all get to see me just jumping up, acting crazy because I didn't close the deal. Because that's what's going to happen eventually.
We're going to be closing deals for sure, Julia. Yeah, I've got your emails in a Julia folder inside of my email box. Those I remember the early emails that when you were getting going, and I'm just super excited about 2025 for you. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Cool. Chad, one word close. One more time.
Oh,
Nice. Matt.
I was going to say excited, but it got taken already. Motivated.
Robert Wallace.
Progress.
Yes, sir. Zach Smith.
Pumped.
Nice. Mike T.
Invested.
Nice. CJ.
Informative. And don't
Nice.
be scared.
Don't be scared. Melissa, one word close. I know that microphone button. All right.
Eager.
Fantastic. Cool. Thank you. Let's go, everyone. 2025. This is the first week kickoff for the AK Roundtable, and I'm excited to be on here with you guys. I hope that you can keep this drumbeat going. It's every Wednesday at 7 p.m. We are also active on our AK Roundtable Facebook group as well. Mark it in your calendars if you haven't already. PAVEX in Chattanooga, Tennessee, 28th through to the 30th. It's going to be a ball. We'll have a booth with RhinoWorks there. Come see us. Come see us. And if I don't speak or see you before next Wednesday on the roundtable, we will see you then. Next week, same time, same place, right here on the AK Roundtable. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
See everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.